Hello people, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. I have to get this off my chest, people, because I'm just really heated right now. You know, I want to talk about domestic violence, and I also want to talk about how racism and misandry mixed together affects men of color specifically. It's one thing to be a man and deal with misandry and gynocentrism, but when you're a man of color, you got to deal with two things. You got to deal with racism and misandry. When you're a so-called black man in America, kick it, cut, free case, don't get it twisted, you got two strikes against you. You being so-called black identified, and being a man, being male, black and male. And I'm going to get through this article and show you some things, but I'm really sick and tired of this bullshit that boys are taught growing up. Boys don't hit girls. While girls are taught it's okay to hit a boy, women are taught it's okay to hit a boy, hit a man, and there's no consequences and repercussions for the actions. But if a boy and a man hits a girl or a woman, he's in the wrong, no matter what. A male is not supposed to hit a female, but it's okay for a female to hit a male. That's what bothers me, and that's a sexist double standard statement to say men don't hit women, real men don't hit women, but it's okay for women to hit men all day. It's okay for women to antagonize and provoke men all damn day. It's okay for women to fuck with men and antagonize men and provoke men and stand in a man's face, get in a man's face, throw things at a man, spit at a man's face, spit at a man, period, kick a man, punch a man, and a man ain't supposed to do shit about it. It's okay for a woman to verbally abuse the fuck out of a man and emotionally abuse him, bully him, but he can't do nothing about it. He can't stand up for himself to her. You know, when a man defends himself against another, I'll say it like this: when a man stands up for himself against another man, when a man defends himself against another man, it's okay. When a woman defends herself and stands up for herself against another woman, it's okay. When a woman stands up for herself and defends herself against a man, that's okay. But when a man stands up for himself and defends himself against a woman, he's wrong all the way, no matter what. And when you are a man of color in this society, when you stand up for yourself against a Caucasian person, especially a Caucasian female, you are dead ass wrong, no matter what. And those double standards were started off. It came from Caucasian supremacy. Because in other cultures, when a woman's out of pocket, a man can beat the shit out of her, and it's justified. You can whoop your kid's ass, and that's okay. But in this society, kids can do whatever the hell they want. Women can do whatever the hell they want, especially disrespect men and left and right, and just disrespect male authority and piss on male leadership. But that's okay. But you are supposed to respect a woman no matter what, especially if she's in a position of power, especially if she got privilege. You know, and it's just talking about this stuff, thinking about this stuff upsets me. That's why I do what I do. It's bad enough because you saw what happened to me. I make a video response to this bitch who started with me. I defend myself and stand up for myself, and I get my video taken down. I get penalized by YouTube, but she can have her video up talking shit about me. That's what I'm talking about. Men are not allowed to stand up for themselves against women. And I'm tired of this sexist double standard. Anyway, listen, I'm on a tight schedule, so let me just, how much time do I got? I have to just break this down. I am so upset at this bullshit. Video of Oklahoma running back Joe Mixon punching female student released. It should be changed. Video of Oklahoma running back Joe Mixon defending himself against female student released. See, they're lying already. Look at this. Oh, God. A multi-year legal battle came to a close early this morning. I'm sorry. A multi-year battle came to a close early this evening when Oklahoma Sooners running back Joe Mixon released the video of him punching a woman in 2014. The video via al.com can be found below. Shows the victim, who she ain't a victim, she's the perpetrator, but let's go on. Amelia Molitor, I guess I call her a racist cunt, but okay, approached Mixon inside a Pickleman sandwich shop and pushed him. No, she hit him. Mixon lunges at Molitor. She slaps him in the neck and he punches her in the face, leaving her on the ground as he exits the restaurant. As a warning, in this video is graphic. I'm going to play it later. I'm going to finish. Let me finish this. The footage was released late on a Friday by Mixon and his attorney Blake Johnson. Earlier this month, the Oklahoma Supreme Court ruled that the video must be released to the public. News Oklahoma published a statement from Johnson. Mr. Mixon asks us once again, he says sorry for the way he reacted that night. What? Boy, man. How in the hell are you sorry? Why the hell are you apologizing, man, when it's not your fucking fault? You defended yourself. I saw the video. But I digress. He has apologized public to Miss Molitor. I wouldn't apologize for shit to that bitch. But I digress. Her friends and his family, teammates in the university. He hopes that his voluntary release of this recording will put the matters to rest. Molitor is currently suing Mixon, who would be a coveted prospect if he declared for the next year's NFL draft in federal court. She's just going for money. And that's it, y'all. Let's see the comments. The chain shot after the punch is fucking brutal. I was going to say that. I don't know which is worse, the punch or her getting hit by the table. Either way, it's brutal. I hope Mixon can figure out a way to get his degree, because he won't be playing in the NFL anytime soon. Just some of the comments. I'm just so disgusted by people. Let's play it. Look at this. Look at her body language. She's calling him. She calls him over. They know each other. Sorry for the interruption. Wait, well, hold on. Let me play that one more time. I gotta see that again. See, something said. He said something disrespectful. She said something disrespectful. See, look at that. Look at it. Look at that. Look at it. Look at this. She calls him over. She must have known him from class, or they went to a party, and she's a groupie. And they fucked. So everything's supposed to be good, but you must feel some type of way to want to insult him and embarrass him. She's looking for trouble. Right here, watch this. Watch this. One of her racist friends, the girl's racist, and that Caucasian guy's racist. He says something to her disrespectful. She says something disrespectful. He gets disgusted and leaves. Watch this. Assault 1, 2, oh, 2, 3. Well, I mean, did you see what I saw? She was the aggressor. He says something. She says something. She called him. They probably both, if I'm not mistaken, both said the N-word. Called him a fag and the N-word. And he walks off, and then she gets the audacity to want to come at him because he's not staying there and taking the verbal abuse. Watch this. Insult, disrespect. She says, calls him a nigger. He gets, and she gets mad. Hits, oh. She spits on him, and then she slaps him, and then he hit her. That's self-defense right there. That is self-defense. He did nothing wrong. Why is this dude apologizing? I don't know. Let me tell you something. Now they're seeing her as the victim because she's a woman. No. She lost her rights and privileges as a woman when she pushed him, spit on him, and slapped him in the neck and the face. That's a natural reaction. If you hit somebody in the face, you're gonna get a response. If you hit somebody above the neck, you're gonna trigger something. But now, and look at this guy. He's a coon because he's staying there watching. This dude obviously heard the word nigger, derogatory things, and he's just staying there. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. That's the so-called black friend. A handkerchief, self-hating, Sambo, Negro-peeing male coon. Standing there watching another brother get disrespected by these racist Caucasian folks. These racist pale-skinned monkey devils. And he don't react. He don't say nothing. He don't intervene. Not that he don't have to, but my thing is, why are you helping this racist bitch out when that guy was clearly the victim? But you're gonna join hands with these racist Caucasian motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about you. That could have been you. Let me see that. I'm gonna show you again. See, y'all need to know. See? Oh, see that he's in the right for doing what he did. He tried to walk away from the bitch and them racist motherfuckers, and they still target him. She set him up. She must be mad because the guy he dumped, didn't want to stick around and be in a relationship with her. She just using them for so-called black dick, using them as a fetish. She must have caught on, didn't want to fuck around with her. Caucasian females are the biggest shit starters and troublemakers. I can tell you from experience. They talk the most shit, start the most shit, and then when they get held accountable and get checked, oh, now she's a victim. Women do. Don't get me wrong. The majority of women in America, in Western society, are shit starters, but not like the Caucasian female. She got what she deserved. If that was me, she would have been beaten to death, and I would make sure she would be disfigured. Well, Calvin, you will likely go to jail. You know what? But I have my dignity, y'all. I have my self-respect. I would not be apologizing. Somebody that comes at me, disrespects me, and assaults me, I ain't apologizing for shit. I found myself in situations like this growing up, dealing with these racist Caucasian motherfuckers and these other so-called non-blacks that don't identify as being so-called black, but they're ethnic people of color, but they want to take on the same mindset, the racist mindset of many Caucasian people, and want to be accepted by Caucasians so damn bad. And then you got people in your own group, if you're a so-called black person, you got these Negro-peeing, handkerchief-head, self-hating, Aunt Your Mama, bed wench, coon motherfuckers who want to fit in with being good graces of massa will throw you underneath the damn bus so they can be accepted by Caucasian people. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know why everybody's seen this bitch as the victim. She started it. The guy started it. She should be charged with assault and battery, not him. He should get off for self-defense. You know, I'm going to show you some other stuff. Come on.
That's my mother. My mother, you know, growing up. Apologize to my mother.
You should not be apologizing, period, dude.
Apologize to my mother. My mother, you know, growing up. Every day I gotta live with it, gotta sleep with it.
She's still aggressive.
Go on and on. You know, like I said, it haunts me to this day. I mean, like I said, if I could take it all back, I would. You know, there's no way in that, you know, in that environment, period, or with a person, period, male or female, you should get, you know, that, you know, aggressive or whatever, and there's no way you should, you know, hit a female, period. Even a male, but at the end of the day, there's no way you should hit a female, period.
Fuck that.
And I reacted wrong, and like I said, I apologize to Miss Molitor, and, you know, the people that are affected, the fans, you know, her family, my family.
Forget that. Because fuck that, I ain't apologizing to that racist bitch. She lucky that she's still alive, because I'll make sure she's fucking dead. Yeah, I said it, and I hope the bitch gets raped. I hope she gets some kind of cervical cancer or breast cancer, and it comes down with some kind of terminal illness. I hope she gets in a fucked up car accident, getting drunk. I hope she gets harmed, and somebody is bold enough to throw acid in that bitch's face. Yeah, I said it. Because you people don't understand. I'm sick and tired of dudes. First of all, Joe should never, if you're watching this, why the hell are you apologizing? The situation was not your fucking fault. Why is it that when men are victims of domestic violence, like this man is, he's victim blamed? It's his fault because he reacted when anybody would have reacted. Sometimes, I mean, when I think about this, had that been a so-called black woman talking to a Caucasian guy, and she put her hands on him, and he hits her, oh, y'all would say it's self-defense. See, that's what I'm talking about, white privilege. This bitch Molitor is a prime example of benefiting from Caucasian supremacy and white privilege. Joe Mixon is a victim of so-called black disenfranchisement and misandry, racism and misandry. I mean, it's like women are so bold they will start shit with a man, deliberately, purposely talk shit, especially in public, in mixed company, talk shit, put her hands in a fucking man, hit a man, antagonize a man, and start shit with a man. But when the man reacts and defends himself, he's wrong. And women, I know women of all races do this to so-called black men. I'm not saying Caucasian guys don't catch hell for women insulting them, but they don't happen that often with Caucasian males and men of other ethnicities. But when it happens to the so-called black male all the time, women feel they can get bold and do shit to us, and we're supposed to fucking take it. And where's the MRAs? Where are the men's rights activist groups trying to help this young man? Where's the support? Where's the men's rights activism? I mean, these men's rights organizations and these men's groups trying to help this brother because he needs it. Oh, I forgot. Men's rights is only for so-called white men, white males, so-called white males. It's only for Caucasian males only. Just like the feminist groups, just like feminists only pander to Caucasian females because feminism is only for Caucasian females only. But so-called black women join forces with these bitches. Oh my God! Same with the LGBT community. Same with the gay lesbian community. It's for Caucasian people only. None of these groups, such as the men's rights, MGTOW, the National Organization of Women, these feminist groups, and the gay and lesbian organizations are only for Caucasian people. And they only care about their own people. They don't care about so-called black people and so-called black issues. When so-called black women are victims of racism and misogyny, these Caucasian feminist bitches don't say shit. When the so-called black men are victims of misandry and racism, the MRAs ain't coming to our fucking aid. You know what I'm saying? If this bitch Molitor would have said something derogatory to a gay person, to a fucking Jew, and she would have hit a gay person, and the gay person hit her back, rather be a gay male or a gay female, she would have got that gay person, gay or lesbian, would have got the benefit of the doubt. And she said, call that person a kike. If she said that to a Jewish person, Jewish male or female, that Jewish person would be in the fucking right to defend his or herself. This is some bullshit. That's all I'm saying. This is some bullshit. What in the lawyers to not help this guy? The lawyers probably racist, don't like so-called black people, especially so-called black men. It's only pandering to Caucasian people only. I mean, and for his family, Jason Mixon's family, he's probably raised by a single mother, and for his mother to make him apologize because mama had to say was probably a fucking ignorant ass, dumbass bedouin coon. Let's keep it real, Negro peeing dumbass female, ain't your mama, mammy. Apologize to that so-called white woman. But see, this is what I'm talking about. If had that been a so-called black woman provoking that a Caucasian man gets in his face, spits on him, pushes him, and slaps him, and that Caucasian male decks her, that Caucasian male will get by with it. And that so-called black woman will be in the fucking wrong. See, you see, we talk about gender equality. Let me say this. When it comes to women, y'all talk about, some of y'all on this dumb shit. I take that back. Most of y'all women are stupid as hell. Y'all want equality when it fucking benefits you. You don't want true equality, because if you want a true equality, you will understand that you gotta have the same responsibility and obligations as a fucking man to live by. Y'all want equality, not all, but too many of y'all want equality when it fucking benefits you. That's a fact. Y'all bitches want equality when it's convenient for you, and then you want tradition, and you want the benefits of the 1950s and previous eras up to the 1900s before, where women were treated with chivalry and all that shit, when it fucking benefits you. But you don't want you want the benefits of 2016, but you want the benefits of the 1950s and 40s and before and up. At the previous, you want the benefits of your grandmother and great grandmother and previous generations of women of before, but also you want the new age benefits of being the sexually liberated feminist new age independence of a female. Women, if you want equality, you got to deal with this. You got to have the same responsibility. If you hit a man, that man has the right to hit you fucking back. I don't give a shit. You can't say, I'm a woman, I'm equal to a man, but I want to cry and dance and play damsel in distress. Especially Caucasian females do that shit all the time. I got stories where women put their hands on me, want to start shit with me, get in my face when I didn't do nothing to them because I didn't kiss their ass. But I stand up for myself. I'm in the wrong all the time. And people are saying, well, you shouldn't hit some. Oh, it's just someone calls you a nigger. It's just words. Try telling that to a fucking Jew. You call them a kike. They're not gonna take it as just words. If you say something and make a Holocaust joke, they ain't gonna take it kindly. They're not gonna smile at it. That Jew will fight you and beat your ass. Say something about an Asian person, they're ready to fight. Say something about an Arab person, they're ready to fight. But as you say something about a Caucasian person, gay or straight, oh, it's a battle. And they have the right to stand up for themselves. But if a so-called black person, especially a so-called black man, stands up for himself, especially being called the N-word, being disrespected and humiliated and attacked, oh, we're supposed to sit back and take it. That's what I'm saying. So-called black lives don't fucking matter. Only so-called white lives matter. Everybody else's lives matter, especially Caucasian people's lives matter, but so-called black people's lives don't fucking matter. Don't you notice a pattern? Since y'all want to talk about men shouldn't hit women, okay, when Sandra Bland got body slammed and beat up by that fucking cop in Houston, outside of Houston, Texas, where were you feminists at? Out in California, when that black woman was being beat up by that fucking police officer, where were you feminist groups at? Where were you so-called white feminists at? And even you so-called black feminists, why weren't you having an uproar? When that teenager out in McKinney, Texas got body, that so-called black teen girl got body slammed by that fucking cop, where were the feminist outrage? How come no feminists came to her fucking aid and defense? If men should never put their hands on women. Oh, but I guess only Caucasian men can put their hands on so-called black women, and that's okay. Even on their own women, to a certain extent. But it is okay for a Caucasian person to put their hands on a so-called black person. That's okay. But you as a person of color should never fight back. Don't you see the double standards, y'all? And don't y'all see the double standards in this bullshit? How your ethnicity plays a role, how your gender plays a fucking role, and it's just fucking wrong. You know, I'm just sick of this shit, man. I'm just so sick and tired of this biasness, man. Women can do whatever the hell they want to do, especially to so-called black men. But so-called black men are not allowed to defend themselves. You know, you got Caucasian women and just women period fucking with so-called black men, fucking with men, but especially men of color, and disrespecting us and attacking us and provoking us and attacking us and trying to do harm to us and even kill us and start some bullshit. And then if a so-called black man defends himself, then you got these racist white knight motherfuckers, Caucasian males, and other people want to rescue this Caucasian female. I went through this and shit in high school. I mean, I remember many times in high school and college where a woman wanted to get in my face and put their hands on me, and some of them have hit me and beat me up, and I'll get in trouble for it. Throw shit at me. The minute I react, I'm in the wrong. I'm supposed to just sit back and take the abuse. Fuck that bullshit. Like I said before, Whoopi Goldberg said, women, if you hit a man, don't be surprised if you get hit back. Don't be surprised if you get knocked the fuck out. And don't be surprised if you have to be buried 6 feet under because you're fucking dead for being a fucking idiot. Women have no right to put their hands on a fucking man. A man's life is just as important, and in most cases, more important than your fucking lives as a fucking woman. And so-called black lives do fucking matter, and they're just as important as everybody else's lives. Everyone want to talk about all lives matter, but what about so-called black lives matter? What about black people's lives? We matter too. My thing, I mean, you women want equality. You want equality. You got to deal with the same responsibility. You got to have the same responsibilities. You can't say you want to be a man's equal and you want equal pay and you want to be able to do what a man does. But when it comes to responsibility, when it comes to the challenges and struggles of being that man, when it comes to responsibility and dealing with the same obligations and being disciplined as a man, oh, you don't want that. You want to be treated like a lady when most of y'all bitches don't act like ladies. You want equality, but you really don't want equality. You want what benefits you, but you want the new age matriarchal bullshit, and you want tradition at the same damn time of patriarchy. But when it comes to responsibility of being a man and being a woman, no responsibility. Period. You want to do whatever the hell you want to do, but you don't want the responsibility and repercussions for your actions and your decisions that you fucking make. You want special treatment. Well, guess what? Men are tired of this shit. Every time I see a woman get hit and get body slammed, I smile. Because I'm tired of women starting shit with men, especially so-called black men at that. And it's like, but when a man hits a bitch and body slams a bitch, oh, it's not okay. Well, guess what? If you women, if you don't want to get beat up, if you don't want to get hit, you don't want to get killed, watch what you fucking say. Don't put your hands on a fucking man. Watch what you fucking say. Keep your hands to your fucking self. Okay? I still remember when I watched Jersey Shore when Snooki was antagonizing and provoking that man. And that man knocked that bitch out. Don't you know how happy I was when I watched it? I watched it 1,000 times on YouTube. But a man should never hit a woman. Get the fuck out of here. No, nobody should hit nobody. Nobody should verbally abuse anybody, provoke anybody, antagonize anybody, bully anybody, and let alone assault anybody and try to harm anybody and kill anybody. Nobody should hurt nobody should bully anybody, be passive aggressive, antagonize people, disrespect people, treat people like shit, and harm people and kill people. Nobody should do that to anybody if you're about true equality. But like I say, women, if you want to hit a man, don't be surprised if you get hit back. As far as I say, fuck that bitch Molitor. Amelia Molitor, that bitch is a fucking racist. That bitch should have been fucking dead that night. If that would have been me, she would have been either dead or be in a fucking hospital still, and be a paraplegic and be paralyzed for the neck down. And yeah, she deserves that shit. And I hope she does get harmed, something happens to her and the rest of y'all bitches who disrespect men, especially men of color in the society and worldwide. Because I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of the gynocentrism, the racism, and the misandry that goes on in society, especially in America, and it needs to fucking stop. Guys, that's all I gotta say. You have a good night. This shit has to fucking change. I forgot to mention this. This female, this bitch Molitor, also has a record, but the media don't talk about her and don't try to use her past, her checkered past against her. But when it comes to people of color, they always quick to use our past against us. Even if we don't have a criminal record, they will find something negative in our lives, in our past lives, and use it against us. And this is the biases and racism that the media likes to portray. They like to portray Caucasian people, especially Caucasian females, as the angels, and people of color, especially men of color, as the devil. And we know that's not true. The truth of the matter is most people of color, especially men of color, are the most angelic compared to Caucasian people. And a Caucasian female is definitely the devil. And people need to know that. Caucasian people are not angels. They're the biggest crooks, the biggest liars, the biggest thieves, murderers, rapists, pedophiles, you name it. They're the biggest enslavers, and the colonizers, they exploit people, a lot of people, and take advantage of them to get ahead. But this is what happens. This is why I say we need people of color, so-called black people, need to have our own media and control our own media, and we need to control what we watch too. Stop supporting these media outlets like Fox News and them, because they're nothing but liars and they like to raise bait and spread hate. But like I said before, brothers, to so-called black men, y'all gotta be careful of women, especially that Caucasian female, because when they don't get their way, they will turn on you. And one more thing, that bitch who punched Joe Mixon, she should be in jail for assault and battery. If I didn't say it, I'll say it again. She should be in jail. The racism and gynocentrism and misandry has got to stop. This is why I hate racism and feminism, because it produces bitches like this. That's all I gotta say. Finally, I'm out. Peace.